The Flower Cup in Mario Kart is traditionally the second cup in the game and is a step up difficulty-wise from the Mushroom Cup. I've already ranked every Mushroom Cup, so in today's video I will be ranking every Flower Cup in Mario Kart. Obviously this is all my opinion, so you won't agree with every selection here, so comment down below what your ranking would look like and why. But without further ado, here is every Flower Cup in Mario Kart from worst to best. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point that Super Mario Kart is going to be dead last in every one of these rankings, and this isn't me being mean, it's just the truth. The tracks here aren't good. Choco Island 1, Ghost Valley 2, Donut Plains 2, Bowser Castle 2, and Mario Circuit 3 is the lineup, and the only non-repeat here is Choco Island, which is just depressing. That doesn't mean these tracks can't be fun or enjoyable, but they just can't compare to any of the Flower Cups from the next 7 games. Super Circuit is definitely a step up from Super Mario Kart, but still nothing to write home about. Mario Circuit, Boo Lake, Cheese Land, and Bowser Castle 2 are the 4 tracks, with Cheese Land really being the only one I would say interests me. Who wouldn't love racing on cheese with mice on the track everywhere? As for the other 3, they aren't terrible, but I feel nothing when playing them, which brings this Flower Cup all the way down to 7th place. Okay, so I may turn some heads with this one, but I'm gonna put Mario Kart 8 in 6th place. I know, I was surprised too, but the more I looked at it, the more I was kind of underwhelmed. Now don't get me wrong, this is absolutely a tier above Super Circuit, and is still pretty solid, but I just like the other ones better. Toad Harbor and Shy Guy Falls are both tracks I really like, but Mario Circuit and Twisted Mansion are tracks I just kind of tolerate, which means half of this cup is not good to me. Mario Circuit is a cool concept with the anti-gravity, but it's kind of the definition of underwhelming since it really doesn't feel that different. And Twisted Mansion just has no personality. Like, yes, it's a spooky mansion, but the only thing I remember is it being randomly flooded for some reason. It was a tough decision to put such a good Mario Kart game's Flower Cup this low, but I had to do it. Honestly, much higher than I thought it would be. I'm certainly not a huge Mario Kart 64 defender, but it has some solid tracks, and the Flower Cup is no different. Toad's Turnpike is the best here due to its combination of difficulty and fun with having to avoid traffic. Frappe Snowland isn't the greatest winter course ever, but I think it's fun and I love the music as well. Choco Mountain is one I've never really liked, but I don't hate it either, and I can see why people like it. And Mario Raceway is basically just Mario Circuit, but it's not too shabby. I like the layout, and the part at the end is really fun when you have mushrooms. It may seem kinda crazy to put this over 8, but I just think they have a little more charm and personality, but they are really close, and I'd have no problem with switching them. Right in the middle is appropriate for Mario Kart 7, because that's probably where I'd put the game as a whole, and as Flower Cup is no different. Woohoo Loop is a fun section course based on Woohoo Island from Wii Sports Resort, and even if you've never played that game, this is still an enjoyable time. This version of Mario Circuit is one of my favorites since it has Peach's Castle, but other than that, it's still not anything spectacular, and is probably the worst track here. Music Park is one of the best tracks in the game, and probably the whole series. You drive on instruments that actually play music, and it's just a grand old time. I never see that much love for Rock Mountain, even though it's really fun to race on. More specifically the part where you glide off the mountain, and the ending is pretty cool too. I don't think people would mention this cup much when thinking of the best Flower Cups, but it's honestly a really good one in my opinion. Number 3 is going to be Mario Kart DS, and I'll be honest, it doesn't start off the greatest with Desert Hills, which isn't terrible, but it's obviously a desert course, and those just aren't that great. But after that, it is smooth sailing because next is Delfino Square, which is like a top 5 track in the game. It's a cute little town with an outstanding layout, music, and the drawbridge is always a blast. And then we have a track that needs no introduction, Waluigi Pinball. You should know the deal by now, you're in a pinball machine, amazing music, special sound effects, it's awesome. But the cup isn't over yet, because last but not least is Shroom Ridge, a very odd one to follow Waluigi Pinball since it's much more tame. It's just a road with cars, but even though it's not near as exciting, it's still a good track because it has nice relaxing vibes, and there's still cars to avoid, which give it some needed difficulty. So even though Desert Hills and Shroom Ridge aren't anything revolutionary, Delfino Square and Waluigi Pinball more than make up for it and catapult this cup all the way into the top 3. I really did debate putting Double Dash at number 1, but it just got beat out. But obviously this is still an amazing Flower Cup, starting with Mushroom Bridge, which is an instant classic. Avoiding cars, taking the pipe detour, and of course driving on the bridge all make for a good time, and I won't even mention that banger of a song. Double Dash's Mario Circuit is certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, a Mario Circuit. It's a fine track. I don't have anything against it. It's just kinda there though. Now Daisy Cruiser is what I want to see. If you know me and have been watching my videos for a while, you know I absolutely love this track. And in fact, this is my favorite Double Dash course. I just really love beach and summer themed courses, and this is the best one ever, so obviously I adore Daisy Cruiser. And then this cup is rounded out with another amazing track in Waluigi Stadium. It's got all kinds of obstacles and tight turns, and it just has this wacky fun vibe to it, and it just really captures what you'd expect Mario Kart to be. So I think we can all agree that Double Dash has a fantastic flower cup, and it deserves to be this high. But there's still one more that's better. Whenever Mario Kart Wii is number 1 on a track ranking, you should not be surprised at all. It has the best Nitro track selection ever, and that's why it was number 1 on the Mushroom Cup video as well. But of course, Wii's Flower Cup has to start off with another Mario Circuit. It's fine, I guess, the music is good, there's a chain chomp, but it's also too short, so it's just alright. Now Coconut Mall, on the other hand, is a revolutionary course, and one that quite a few people will still say is the best track in Mario Kart history. Now I wouldn't go quite that far, but it is an amazing idea for a track that was executed beautifully in this game and will always be incredible. I mean, it's a mall, should I even say more? And if you are familiar with my videos, you will know that DK Summit is actually my favorite track of all time. Now a little bit of that is because of nostalgia, but come on, DK Summit is fantastic. I also love winter tracks, and this has amazing winter vibes to it, along with having snowboarding Shy Guys, of course. And then you have Wario's Gold Mine, which seems to be a little more controversial than the last two, but a lot of people still love this one, and I would have to agree. Yes, it is a little more difficult than I'd like, and the narrow road combined with no guardrails and Wii's unfair physics means you can be bumped off by racers very easily. But despite all that, it's still a really fun track, and a great theme for one too. And that was every Flower Cup ranked. Yes, we won another one, so there was no surprise there, but I can't make his tracks worse. But I was surprised about Mario Kart 8, cause I thought it would be much higher, but it just really doesn't excite me that much. But it will bounce back once I do the Star Cup rankings, because I know 8 Star Cup is amazing, so it should definitely be top 3 in that one. But anyways guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to let me know in the comments which cups you would change in this ranking and why. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, and have a great day.